Hello. I want to welcome you to my podcast. This is Congresswoman Barbara Lee, and this is a way we stay in touch with my constituents and bring you up to date on what's going on, especially here in Washington, D.C. You may have heard that yesterday on May 16th, myself along with 6 members of the Congressional Black Caucus were arrested. And I tell you, we were arrested in front of the Embassy of Sudan because I feel that it's about time we turn the heat up on the Sudanese government. The Sudanese government has perpetrated genocide now against over 400,000 people. 400,000 people have died as a result of this horrible atrocity. And so it's time to turn the heat up now. And so we decided that we were going to, as we did during the anti-apartheid movement, put some street heat on the Sudanese government. And so we will be conducting arrests until this genocide stops. I have visited Darfur on 2 occasions, and I have talked to people. I've witnessed the misery and the devastation that has taken place as a result of women being raped, villages burned, children being killed, families destroyed. This is a humanitarian crisis of enormous proportion. I will never forget the eyes of the children and the men and women who I talked to, the sense of desperation, the pleas for our help, and the fact that many of them will never return home again, because I know that due to starvation and due to the fact that very few have medical care, that many who I met probably are dead now. And so that is why we're turning the heat up, and that is why I was arrested. I'm going to close now and just thank you for your continuing support. Please get in touch with me if you'd like additional information on anything that we're doing in the 9th Congressional District. My website is lee.house.gov. Thank you again. Bye-bye.
1, 2, 3, 4. Stop the violence in Darfur. 5, 6, 7. We shall overcome. Glory is my heart. I do believe that we shall overcome one day. We shall overcome. We shall overcome.
What do we want? Stop the genocide! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Stop the genocide! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Stop the genocide! When do we want it? Now! What do we want?
Stop the genocide!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Stop the genocide!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Stop the genocide!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Stop the genocide!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Stop the genocide!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Stop the genocide!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Stop the genocide!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Stop the genocide!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Stop the genocide!
When do we want it?
Now!
1, 2, 3, 4. Stop the violence in Darfur. 5, 6, 7, 8. Hey, you need the mandate. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stop the violence in Darfur. 5, 6, 7. Genocide. Omar Bashir.
You can't hide.
We charge you with genocide. Omar Bashir.
You can't hide.
We charge you with
genocide.
What do we want?
Stop the genocide.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Stop the genocide.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Stop the genocide.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want? Protect the people.
genocide.
When do we want it? Now. What do we want?
Stop the genocide.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Stop the genocide.
When do we want it?
Now.
Omar Bashir.
You can't hide.
We charge you.
Genocide.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Stop the genocide in Darfur.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Pass out.